All right, it's a beautiful Thursday, and you know how it is here on East Central. We're bringing you the best of entertainment conversations from around the world. And today is going to be an exceptional one because, yes, we're diving into the world of Nollywood to give you that Inside Nollywood package where we talk about a film that's going to be making rounds very shortly, and our very own Sam Dandy will be seating with the cast and crew of those guys to make it happen. We'll still give you the entertainment news as usual and every other thing you need to know happening in the entertainment space. My name is Adewa, a.k.a. the Voice of God. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we go right into the conversation. Don't go anywhere. All right, so let's go straight into the conversations for today. Yes, we're going straight into our package, the Inside Nollywood. This is where we highlight good things happening in the Nollywood industry. And Sam Dandy sat down with the amazing cast and crew of the new film Criminal. So let's check this out. When we come back, we still got more. Let's watch this.
Now, with Nollywood's impressive growth over the years, we've also seen the success of several film production companies, one of which is Ant Hill Studios, responsible for hit films like Elevator Baby, of course, Jagu Jagu, amongst others. Now, joining us, of course, to talk about their most anticipated film, Criminal, please join me welcoming some of the cast and crew from the incredible film itself. Of course, the director, Dolak Wadigu, and of course, Obehi and Tega. How are you guys feeling?
Great.
Doing great.
I mean, first things first, you've gotten to see the entire film. What are your thoughts? I know you were part of the film, so you have to be honest with me. What would you rate the film on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I've seen it more than one time.
I can
I've
imagine.
seen it way too much. It's one, out of what?
Over 10.
10 over 10.
10 over 10?
100%.
Huh.
Period. Absolutely, it's 10 over 10.
Okay, okay. Now, I have to ask, of course, because as a director, of course, like you said, you were part of almost every part of the project itself.
Yeah.
What drew you to the project, and why was this a piece that you had to be a part of?
Well, first of all, my mentor wrote it. Ni Akimala, he wrote it himself.
Okay.
And he offered it to me.
Wow.
That there's
You couldn't say no?
Yeah. And it's a beautiful story. It's a really great way to begin my directing career in Hollywood. So I just had to do it.
I mean, can we all give a round of applause? What? It's your debut?
Thank you.
So I do know that, of course, people got to see exclusively, you know, at the premiere.
Yeah.
And what reactions were you getting being a first-time director?
I think the great thing for me was that I knew moments that I wanted the audience to react to.
Okay.
So I didn't sit throughout. I was like by the side of the cinema, and I was waiting for those moments, and they got it.
Okay.
That was amazing. They laughed when they were supposed to laugh. They felt the gore when they were supposed to feel it, which was really incredible.
I mean, let's talk about the actors. You know, you guys are looking fly. And in the film, well, you're not the criminals, even though we're all looking all fly with our glasses like the criminals. But how was that experience on set with incredible people? And of course, working with the director for the first time.
I mean, we all know Ant Hill to be that production company that is up there in Hollywood.
That is true.
I mean, it was a great feeling for me. This is my first cinema movie, and starting off with Ant Hill. Come on, what else can? I mean, you get that
a lot
feeling.
Of firsts here.
Yes. So I worked with amazing casts. I got on set. I worked with amazing crew. Look, this is an actor's dream, and I felt everything, all of the good feelings. I'm still living in that that feeling.
I totally,
Yeah.
I can imagine. I wish, I was a part of the film too. Yeah. How did you feel? I mean, from your reaction, of course, I'm sure now people must have walked up to you after the premiere like, oh my God, you did incredible. What reactions were you getting?
So I got a lot of oohs and ahs, especially from the screening itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I personally didn't expect the reactions that we got because I'm not even going to lie. I was a bit scared myself, like, I'm gonna do what we set out to do, But in the cinema, it was crazy. The reactions were insane. Like I wasn't even expecting it. I was like, okay, this caught me by surprise, and I was on set. So you can imagine, how other people are viewing the film. So it's just
now,
great.
I can imagine, of course, like deciding to be a part of a film. The thought process must have been, what made you say, okay, I want to play this. I'm a huge fan of this character, and I want to portray it. So let's start with you.
So the character was given to me.
Okay.
I didn't choose the character.
Interesting.
I read the script, and it was easy to relate to this person. I played Dr. Badibo, one of the medical doctors at the hospital, and he's such a stand-up guy. And it's I could relate to that character.
Okay.
And then working with director Dolapo, she knows what she wants.
Energy.
She communicates what she wanted with her actors. And it was, working with her was so easy.
Okay.
So it was easy for me to portray my character, and the rest is history. The movie is out. It's amazing. I saw Dr. Badibo. I am proud. Super, super proud. Like I said earlier, I'm still living in that, that feeling. I'm still, excited.
I want to ask, because he talked about, feeling the character. Did you feel the same way? Would you say that there are some similarities between yourself and the character you play? You're also one of the health practitioners as well in the film.
I'm also a medical doctor. I'm a junior medical doctor.
Okay.
So he's ambitious. I play Dr. Hassan.
Okay.
Dr. Hassan is very ambitious, trying to get to the next level and all of that. Something about Dr. Hassan that I know I relate with is the ambition that he has. But at the same time, when he needs to step up, actually he did, because he became like a bridge to kind of balance both sides, the doctor side and then
the criminal side.
The criminal side.
Interesting. Let me know ask any personal questions, balancing both sides. But let's go back in time. Now we can celebrate the film. I know it's out on the 31st, which is in a few days for most people to see it.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that? You got the reaction, of course, from the people who were at the premiere.
Yeah.
But now that it's going to be everywhere now for everyone to see, how does that make you feel? Excited, or are you still nervous about it?
I'm very excited. I know if you go to the cinemas today to watch it with your friends, with your family, with your lovers, you're going to love it. But I think what I'm nervous about is I need you to go see it. Are you going to go see it? I want everybody to go see this movie. After
seeing the trailer, I don't think we have a choice, do we? It did seem like, that kind of film that will put you on your heart is beating and pounding. Let's talk about filming the project. Yeah. Now, I know that, of course, it must be difficult being a director of, not just because it's the first time, but it's a big shoe to fill.
Yeah.
But let's talk about how long did it take to, the entire filming process and before this was ready? How long did that take?
We filmed for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The entire thing?
Yeah.
Incredible.
That was, it was mostly a one-location film.
Okay.
Like 80% of it happens in an hospital that was built in a studio.
Okay.
So
wow.
that part made it a bit easy to get the cast and crew from their hotels to location from morning till night. So that part helped. And also the fact that because we tailored the hospital to what the script says, do you get that part where I said we built that hospital from scratch? So it's like we're reading the script and okay, the script says this.
Look like.
Let's build this. Let's put this in, hospital instrument. Let's do that, and that really helped.
Now I have to ask because people will never understand what it's like to be a director. No one will know but you. But talking about building the set, would you say that was a more strategic decision financially as well? Would it have been easier if you just got to an actual hospital, And why was that the decision that had to be made?
Well, my company is led by the most incredible visionary I've worked with, Nia Kimolayo. And we started building sets, I think, for the past 5 or 6 films. Okay. If you watch House of Secrets, the train station was built. It's not real, it's built. The house of the woman there. So it's something that something that happens in Hollywood is if you get a location, sometimes you overuse your time and they're like, you have to leave.
You have to leave.
That doesn't happen when you build your set. It's
Preach.
actually more expensive to build your set, but it's more, it gets you more creative when you do that. Yeah.
Now, I have to ask now at this point, putting a film together, right? There are, of course, some, would I say, challenges. What were some challenges that you had to go through to make this what it is today?
I think the biggest one is getting the medical scenes right. Like we have to do in Nollywood movie that the medical scenes don't look shabby. And for that, we had to get a real life doctor on set.
Okay.
The makeup had to get real blood and gore so that the actors can
did you hear real blood?
I mean, well, try to.
Okay.
But like we used like parts to like simulate a pregnant woman's what it will look like a pregnant woman's inside if you're doing like a CS.
Yeah.
And then to teach the actors how to hold the instrument, how to suture, how to do all of that. So that was a big challenge, but it looks really good.
I have to ask now, because you're both actors who, of course, play doctors.
Yeah.
Any of you have a medical degree? Nothing? You had to learn.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay. So would you say from your, of course, wide academic exploits in the field that, you know, it was pretty realistic? Would you say that?
So I would definitely give them their props.
Okay.
Yeah, especially because I was also consulted during the film, so I have to have done a good job. So yeah, they did an amazing job on that. The realism that they brought to life, you know, was amazing.
Do you agree?
Absolutely. I'm not a medical practitioner, but yes, from what I saw on set, I mean, with the help of the medical doctor on the ground, it was good. We did a good job.
Yeah. Now, typically, I know that a lot of actors, of course, have different ways they prepare for the role. You know, you want to be this character and, you know, give so the audience feels that as well. How did you prepare for the role? You know, you're a doctor. I'm never going to ask you again. Well, how did you prepare for this role, you know, as a doctor?
Honestly, I just followed the director's lead.
Okay.
She's an actor's director. I'm a listener. Tell me what you want, and I give it to you.
Match made in heaven.
Yeah, and it just works because, like, I know nothing about this thing. I read it in the script. It's there. I need to do this thing. I mean, there's a medical doctor on ground. There's my director. It was just easy for me.
You know, this is beautiful to hear because, I mean, you said it's your first time in a film going to cinemas.
Yes.
And it's your first time directing, and they're talking about how much there was a synergy. How did you prepare for being this director that everyone absolutely enjoyed?
I would say Ni Yakimalayo. I've been hanging around him since my career. I'm always like beside him. We're always working together. I've been preparing for this for as long as I know. And then we did a director's training that he organized, and I was a part of that, which is where all of this even stemmed from.
Okay.
So I would say I didn't even have a lot of moments where I went like, what would Mr. Ni do? Because we did all of that in pre-production.
Okay.
So it was just a yeah.
Now, I know if you don't like spoilers at this point, well, don't turn off. But what would you say was your favorite scene in the film? First, director, let me ask director first, because I feel like, you know, you had seen it, you had thought it, you had thought of how it was going to be executed, and then it being there. You talked about, of course, one of the scenes that had people reacting in the cinema.
Yeah.
You know, so tell me about those scenes. Maybe one particular one that you just wanted it to be right, and you were happy that, you know, your team got it incredibly done.
Only one?
I mean, let's not give out all the spoilers.
Okay, I think I really like the chaotic scene in the beginning where the bad guys come inside and they like drag a stretcher from a nurse and go like, put that guy there. Is this the hospital?
Wow.
And everybody, a lot of people just got injured in the hospital, so nobody was paying attention to them at that point. And then when the bad guy brings out a gun and everybody starts running and it becomes very Nigerian, blood of Jesus, what is happening? I really had fun coordinating that. It was a very well coordinated chaos, and I had fun shooting that.
I'm as an audience now, I'm listening to you and I'm saying you started the film on that note.
No, that's like 7 minutes into the film.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, watching the trailer itself, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'm like, oh my goodness, what's happening here? You know, you can feel your heart beating, you know, and then starting that scene, of course. Let me ask you guys, of course, your favorite scene, the same thing or something else?
Also, right after this scene,
I
mean, it was chaos.
Okay.
And me being Dr. Gbadebo, who is trying to, you know, maintain sanity I had this moment with the lead criminal.
Okay.
And I mean, you've seen the trailer. You saw where someone decked someone. Oh, that was me.
That was him.
That was my favorite moment. I remember before we shot that scene, director called the both of us and spoke to us like this. She told us what she wanted. This is exactly what I want. This is how I want, and this is, and you know, we got on set and we did that, and I was super happy we got that right. And I saw at the premiere, I saw that scene, and yes, I was just filled with.
I mean, that job, was this real?
I mean, we're actors.
Okay, actor. Let me ask you, what's your favorite scene, if you have any?
So I'll piggyback off of what she said. The chaotic scene was really nice, although I won't say that's my favorite scene. My favorite scene will have to be when Dr. Amara shows up.
Okay.
That just has to be like the most boss move I've ever seen in my life. You know, because everyone in the scene was like, who the hell does she think she is?
Yeah,
you know, there's criminals, you know, in the building, there's guns that flaring and all of that. And she just comes like nothing is happening, like she's not fazed. And she just comes and expresses her authority, and you know instantly like this woman means business. So that was my favorite.
I must ask, because I feel like, you know, talking about the chaos as a Nigerian, you know, there are several reactions. People are going to run, some people, of course, are going to start to pray. But if you were in that actual situation, you were in that hospital, not a movie, what would you have done?
This is what I want people to ask themselves. Really, like if it was me, because there was a point I had a woman and her son like go separate ways.
Oh my goodness.
So that at some point they will come back together. If I was there in real life, I think I'm a pretty chill person, so I guess I would just go like, okay, this is what's gonna happen if I do this. So I'm just gonna. What do you want me to do? Okay, I'm going to do that.
Oh, wow, okay. She's going to comply. Comply to the criminals. Doctors, you're not doctors anymore. What would you have done?
So in situations, I'm always looking for a way out.
Escape.
Yes.
Jackpot. Okay.
I am always looking for a way out.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm gonna. So there's a movie we all know the movie, but I'm not gonna mention the name.
Okay.
So seeing that movie. In real life, I'm always thinking of a way out when something like a chaos or an incident's happening. So I'm always conscious. So when something like that happens, trust me, I'm looking for a way out.
I'm not surprised. That seems like a Nigerian mentality.
Is
everyone right?
Trust me.
You know, but let me ask you, what would you have done?
I'm glad that you said I'm not a doctor
You're
anymore.
not a doctor. Were you about to start saving lives?
No, not even that. I feel like I would have had access to different places that regular people want to have access to.
Okay, to hide?
Yeah, to kind of hide and just be away from it. But if I was a regular person, there was actually something that happened in the movie, which is actually a very funny thing. So once everything happened, you see the camera goes outside, and then you see a cleaner who was outside at the time, right? She just literally climbs the fence and just she makes a way.
I guess that is you, isn't it?
That's me. That's 100% me.
Yes.
Now, I mean, we talked a lot about the film, you know, creating it, and how incredible it's going to be for most people who are going to see it. But who would you say is the target audience? Who would you say should see this film, and why?
I mean, everybody, if you're above 18, because there is a lot of violence and blood in the film. So families should go see it. Lovers, friends, ask your co-workers. Let's go see Criminal in the cinemas today.
I mean, do we have to go with our glasses on? Because I see we're all wearing...
yes, that's why we're all wearing this. Because we need to be in character.
We need to be in character. And what do you want to say? Who would you like to...
I mean, just to add to... Police officers should go see it.
Okay. Why are you saying that?
They were well portrayed in this movie.
Interesting.
You know, we've seen a lot of movies where even the police officers in real life do not like
the film.
Yeah, we've heard of complaint, but this one, they were well portrayed. They should go see it. From the bosses down to the lowest rank, they should see it.
I like that. Almost like, you know, we're not saying that it exactly depicts Nigerian police, but at least they could learn something from it.
Yes, I mean, they should see it.
Who would you like to go see this film? Who are you driving to those cinemas?
I would say everyone, but like where I would give my props to the writer, Mr. Ani, and her as well, Dolapo, is the fact that no scene was useless, essentially, right? There's a way they kind of engage every class in society, every person, you kind of relate to it, right? There's a kid in that scenario, there's a middle-aged person, there's a teenager in that. and all they are doing is speaking something to what is going to happen. There's no useless role. Everybody is doing something. So once you go, you probably see yourself in one of those characters. Yeah, so I definitely think everyone should look.
All right, so the film is out to cinema on the 31st of May.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But let me ask a question that I usually like to tease around. What's the plan for the film? Are you hoping that it gets an AMVCA, or, this is just a random question, or are you hoping that it gets in one of the major streaming platforms? If you had to pick one, director?
I have to pick one.
Yeah, I know you want it all.
I'm gonna get both.
So is that the dream? That's the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Both, yeah.
I like that. Even though you have not answered the question like that.
No, it's both.
Both?
Uzo went crazy in this film. Uzo
Yeah.
Arukwe. It went crazy. Funlola, the Dr. Amara.
Right.
No. She did so amazing. Chooks, these guys.
Yeah.
They're all getting awards.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
You know what? We're looking forward to that happening.
Yeah.
But again, it was so good having you in our studio.
Thank you so
And
much.
I mean, I'm just looking forward to seeing the reaction as well. You know, and watching it for myself. But again, fantastic work. Thank you so much for being
Thank you.
part of
Thank
the
you
show.
for having us. Thank you.
Now, it's undeniable, Nollywood films are getting bigger and better. Looking forward, of course, to reaching every part of the globe, of course, with our incredible storytelling and our exceptional actors. What can I say? Go check out the movie Criminal out in the cinemas on the 31st of May. And who knows, go with your glasses, take your friends along, and of course, remember to tag, of course, the actors and the entire film cast. This was Inside Nollywood. I am Sam Dandy. This is bye for now.
All right, great one there, Sam Dandy on Inside Nollywood. Well, let's check out what's happening on the entertainment news, and when we come back, we wrap things up. Let's see that now.
Nigerian rapper Falz announced his upcoming EP Before the Feast, set to be released on the 7th of June 2024. Apparently, Before the Feast is a preamble to his album The Feast, expected later this year. But even before the feast, tomorrow, May 31st, fans of the rapper are...
All right, amazing stuff right there. At least we can see we're expecting new music from Falz the Bad Guy and Simi. So tomorrow, just stay with us because on our New Music Friday, we'll definitely bring you the updates on things happening that way. My name is Adewa, a.k.a. The Voice of God, and let's do this again same time tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. All right, bye for now.